Good evening. In honor of St. Valentine's Day this year, we decided to do something a little different. So before you change that channel, you might want to just listen up. Even you guys out there. Tonight we're going to tackle love. Are you in love? Do you wish you were in love? Maybe you're supposed to be in love, but it's just not what you want it to be. Or maybe this thing called love is just a little bit confusing. What's it supposed to feel like to be in love? Well, if any of that applies to you, you might just want to stay tuned. Welcome to this special edition of The Big Picture. I'm Phil Arno. When you watch any television show, commercial, any movie, in fact, pretty much anywhere you look in society, you'll see love, romance, couples, either in love, falling in love, pursuing love. It's the universal story. Boy meets girl, boy chases girl, girl catches boy, something like that. And that's not just a recent trend. As far back as humans started dancing around this planet, love is the thing that makes us tick. St. Valentine's Day is upon us, and for the big picture this week, we thought it would be interesting to talk about relationships. New relationships, mature relationships, good relationships, and problems that need to be overcome for relationships to survive. With me tonight, to help navigate a subject that I might be a little bit challenged on, as someone who's joining the WBBZ family and hopefully will be here for a long time to make our programming a little more interesting and entertaining. I'd like to introduce Catherine Miller, a native Buffalonian who has spent the past couple of decades in California. We won't hold that against her. She has extensive experience working in the world of publishing and in TV and film production. In the past, she's launched a newsletter right here in Buffalo that turned into one of the premier magazines in the field of health and wellness and ended up on virtually every major newsstand across the US and Canada. She's been a producer and host of numerous TV shows and had a long and successful career as a business consultant throughout the country. All that aside, I think Catherine's greatest success is in her love of life and the way she inspires every person along her path. It's a joy to introduce her as a member of our WBBZ family here in Western New York and also as our special guest on tonight's Big Picture. Well, it's an appropriate time for you to be here because St. Valentine's Day is all about relationships and love. And your experience, especially in the newsletter and the magazine that you ended up publishing, takes that in perfectly.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Passionate Living, which was your website.
It started out as Holistic Health Journal. We started as a little newsletter here in Buffalo because I wanted to learn more about integrative health. And I thought, well, how hard can it be to put a few articles and ads on a few pieces of paper? And a decade later, I found out. By then, I had moved to Los Angeles. We had Deepak, Bernie Siegel, all these big names on our review board. We were in every major book chain in the US and Canada, and it just exploded.
You know, I'm going to jump right into the subject for tonight, relationships. Right. You know, one of the things that we've talked about in the past, and it's very common to think about it, is what do you look for commonly in a relationship when you're looking for someone? One of the things, I'm not sure whether it's a myth or whether it's an actual fact, is that your childhood and the way you were brought up and the relationships within your family influence what you look for in a relationship. Is that true?
Consciously and unconsciously. Consciously, if we had good modeling in our parents, if they got along great, if they were in a good relationship, if their marriage lasted, we have that as an anchor when we're looking for a partner. But for people who grew up in broken homes or maybe didn't have the best modeling, their parents argued a lot or there were issues going on, oftentimes an individual will be drawn to a person who mirrors the more dysfunctional or challenging aspects of a parent.
That's a recipe for disaster, right?
Not necessarily. There are authors that, like Harville Hendrix, it'll be brought up later, where he believes that the way to heal those wounds from our childhood is actually to find a partner who does mirror some of those issues back, so that you can, and you to mirror for them so that you can heal each other. And that unconsciously, we're looking for that partner that may have some woundings that can actually help to heal us.
Now, there's an old Groucho Marx / Woody Allen quote that you know, the quote is, "I wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would stoop so low as to have me." And the relationship between that quote and relationships is that very often people have to work to get into a club, or by connection, a relationship. You have to work at getting into a relationship. So if you strive and work hard and earn that love, it's worth something. But if somebody comes along and just loves you for yourself, you didn't do anything to earn it. Sometimes that person doesn't take on value. It's not quite the same. And so you don't feel the same. There's not that spark there that there would have been had you worked hard for that relationship. Is that damaging? Is that something that people have to be aware of or wary of?
Well, I think there's two different camps on that. I mean, there are some people that say you have to work hard. And I agree that whatever we place our attention on is what grows in life. If you have a plant that you ignore and don't water, it's going to die. And so a lot of times people want to be in a relationship, but then they place their priorities on work or being social and not necessarily on the relationship. And I think that's when it can have challenges. But there is also the camp. I had a girlfriend who grew up in Mexico City, and she said that her father told her a relationship had to be three things: easy, easy, and easy. So there is that philosophy as well, that the more you get to know somebody, if things tend to be easy and you can come to the middle and work through issues and come out the other side of them, that will tend to be a more long-term relationship.
I guess I just wonder if anything is ever easy, but and I think part of what it boils down to is that you can't try and conquer somebody to get into a relationship, work hard to earn that relationship, but once you do have the relationship, that's when the work starts, because that's when you have to commit to solving problems.
Yes, but there's a common denominator that I've noticed, and that's when we moved from Holistic Health Journal, when we were getting kind of pigeonholed by the name, and we had become so much more. We were focusing on families and relationship and different aspects of life, that passion was a common denominator. And not passion just for each other, because that, after a while, that fades and turns into something else, but a shared passion for something greater in life. And oftentimes when couples have something in common that they love doing, or a vision in the world that they want to accomplish together, that really helps to become a glue to bring people together as well.
Well, this is a subject that is kind of universal, and when we come back, we're going to talk to somebody who specializes in soulmates. So if you have any interest in a soulmate, or how to turn the person you're with into your soulmate, this next segment might be for you. We'll be back right after this.